reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Justin.
I'm your other host, Quincy.
How you doing over there, Q?
No, I'm doing all right. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty dang good. Literally about an hour ago, I'm still playing what is down in the description, Arc Raiders. And
Nerd.
You can call me a nerd, you can call me a weeb. This shit is weeb material. You can play as a panda with freaking aviator sunglasses.
I mean, who wouldn't want to?
I know, right? But we hit our personal goal of having 2 people install the game, so that's a plus. But if you happen to want to hop into it, check the link down in the description. You get a helpful bonus to us, and the rates are actually pretty dang good compared to all the other gacha games I've been slummed through. Plus, this has like Factorio style things where you can build factory bits and automate health equipment, things to help level up your weapons. I've been having guiltily a lot of fun with it, and as said a couple hours ago, I just drew this card, which I had a 0.8% chance of drawing, and I drew her, so I jumped out of my flesh for that. But yeah, this is a fun little game, and it should close now. Yes, there we go. Back to my desktop. Drinking anything special over there, Q?
I'm still working my way through that bulk purchase of Kirkland brand coffee.
Yeah, I'm drinking me a nice grapefruit citrus fresca.
I had one of those with me at work today.
And they're so good cold. Oh man. So it has like the Sprite feel, but it has a much more crisper taste, you know? Even though there's no sugar in this. Well, no added sugar. It has the natural sugars of the grapefruit juice, but that's low anyways. Let's kick it off with only...
I don't know for sure, but I know people who are on medications where they can't have grapefruit, but they can still drink Fresca. So there's that too. If you like grapefruit, but you're on medications, because grapefruit interferes with like a shit ton of meds.
It does, yeah. A lot of the blood thinners don't really work well with it. A lot of the stomach medications like omeprazole tends to work less when you have high acids being kind of shoved on top of it. But yeah, Fresca apparently does not mess with those, and I don't think
one of the ones my mom's on from the cancer stuff prevents her from having grapefruit.
But
I'm not sure which one it is. I think it might be the estrogen one, but I'm not sure.
Ooh. And Fresca would not mess with that. I'm actually kind of...
I don't know for sure. I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying I know people who are able to drink it. So it might be something people want to look into and talk to a medical professional about if they really like grapefruit flavored things, but can't have grapefruit.
True. Yeah, most of this...
I'm not a doctor, nor do I play one on TV.
I'm not a lawyer. Only going to be talking about one single Humble Bundle out of the... I think there's 80 Humble Bundles going right now. Some of them are a little like the create your own music, and the Peanuts one is still going on for the next 12 hours. So some are just still layovers from a couple weeks ago. But one that caught my attention was the Your Move turn-based games. I love JRPGs. I've loved JRPGs since I was like 12. Go ahead and say nerd. I know you're gonna say it.
Oh no, if you call for it, it doesn't happen.
Oh, okay, fair enough then. But the 2 on this list,
nerd.
2 of these on this list definitely I have in my library, and I've gone through a little bit of. I still need to go through Crown Trick, a beautifully animated roguelike RPG with a little bit of turn-based combat and like skill item interaction, where like you of course have explosive barrel plus fire equal big boom. I've been meaning to hop into this one. It is on my list of my backlog, and I'll explain a little bit what I've been working on my backlog in a minute. But another one that I have on my list that I kind of went through a little bit, Battle Chasers Night War, a comic book turned multiple games, one that is a turn-based and one that is a isometric slasher. And I guess this is gonna have another game coming out later on in 2027. And I didn't know that until I went and checked this out. But Battle Chasers Night War looks like a fun little turn-based. The other ones seem like fine. Also, I've heard of a little bit about For the King and For the King 2. For the King 2 is a part of this one where you and up to 3 friends can have an interesting turn-based combat style of adventure across a very desolate land. Dungeons of Aether, another one that has another roguelite element, but with a cute Game Boy-ish graphics to it.
This whole time I was waiting for the stream to catch up because I was curious if you said that weird or if that was what it was actually called.
Dungeons of Aether.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, does he just not know how to say ether?
See, if it didn't have the A, yeah, it's Ether. But
No, it's got the A. So I was waiting for the chat for the stream to catch up because I'm like, does he not know how to say ether?
Ether. And then the couple that are up top that I just glanced at, they look fine, but I've got a lot to go through already. But Moonbreaker, Deep Sleep, Labyrinth of the Forsaken, and Abalon Roguelike Tactics CCG, which is a card combat strategy game.
That's about
That is a mouthful. $12 gets you all 10 items, and it helps out. A new one to me, anyways. HFC, bringing light to Alzheimer's. HFC, which is Hillary for Charity, is a nonprofit founded by Seth Rogen and Lauren Miller Rogen with a bold mission to care for families impacted by Alzheimer's disease. Activate the next generation of advocates and lead the way in brain health research and education. Through storytelling, community, and unforgettable events, HFC works to shift the narrative around Alzheimer's and build a future where families feel supported and no one has to navigate this journey alone. Having a family member with Alzheimer's, I stand behind this charity 400%. Having it tied to Seth Rogen is an odd turn, but still very supportive.
Hey man, he helped bring the Muppets back.
That is true, and he's a huge. I mean, he also brought back the Turtles in a good way. So yeah, I'm here for him. It's just very odd to see him tied to a charity like Alzheimer's. But doop. There we go. Galaxy's Spring Showcase 2026 was on Thursday, just the day after podcast, and I twiddled my thumbs a little bit, and I was like, okay, I'll pay attention to it because it's a lot of indie game showcase, and I began to take down a lot of notes for what was to come out. Where did I send it to you personally? I should have
For
sworn.
what? Oh, but yeah, you sent me a list, but I don't know if it was your notes. I thought it was just a list of the games.
Yeah, it was a list of the games, and it was kind of the notes with the little tired emote next to them. So,
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You did some of that.
So it started off with Hell Let Loose Vietnam and how there's an open beta that you can sign up for, hellletloose.com/enlist if you happen to want to play a 50v50 combat arena style shooter. Cool. I was like, okay, hey, I can't be mad. I didn't mind Hell Let Loose the 2 moments I played it. Not a big fan of it. Then a free-to-play game that popped up first called Task Time, a game where you and a few friends need to complete tasks either on your own or together, but there is extra rules that you can use, such as water guns that slow you down or slip you up, a battle arena style circle that closes in on you. It seems like Hella and Chaos kind of fuddled in. It seems a lot better than that machine party that we talked about last week, where death is the only way you lose. But it seems kind of interesting. Has a bit of fun included into it. But the players, same as always with these conferences, they don't seem like they're having a lot of fun outright, but the game itself looks fun. Then Atomic Hearts DLC, sure, fine. Thanks, I guess.
I feel like I
The
remember you being excited for that game. So what's with that reaction?
um when I went,
Was it just
I
not good?
it just wasn't good. It also kind of it crashed on me twice. It just I don't know. It didn't live up to the expectation that I had already for it, and it kept wanting to like add in satire where I was like, I'm not here for that, man. I'm here to kill robots. Go away.
And this
It
is the one I didn't play because I feel like at the time, if I remember correctly, there was some questionable stuff about Mudfish
Mudfish definitely had a I do
or
recall hearing.
Mudfish.
I did hear a little bit of
Yeah.
controversy, but the
So
fact
I
that
never got around to playing it.
they continued on this one. I mean, I graciously put Focus Entertainment, of course, on a higher pedestal because they put a lot of heart into a lot of these games, and even in publishing, they make sure that they're publishing to the best of their standards. Now, the gunplay, great. The just overall map like awareness that you have was great. This is their fourth DLC, Blood on Crystal. It looked good. It's just I didn't really I didn't get through the whole game. Will this make me go through it now? Maybe. What was my thoughts on it? I began to like kind of course for the quick moment. I might actually go back through Atomic Heart and get at least through the main game before giving a full final judgment. Because maybe the satire may build onto something. Like Bioshock had their weird uh, 1940s motif through the whole thing. There wasn't much beyond that. But
I mean, that
Atomic
was one of the things that like pulled you into Bioshock was the 50s 40s feel.
that is true. And then Atomic Heart kind of has weird sex robots, and I wish I was joking.
Great. Well, now the Whitest Kids You Know sketch is in my head.
Okay. At least I'm not the only one who knows about that. But if you've seen Whitest Kids You Know, you obviously know where I'm at with this. It's not a bad game.
Figure out how to search it on the internet without getting weird results. But Whitest Kids You Know sex robot is a great sketch.
I mean, most of their sketches, right, if viewed right now, would be very pull on the collar, but they're funny. They're very
Yeah,
funny.
most of their sketches, if you type them into the internet, you might show up on a list.
Might show up on the list, or you pray that you don't have it on the speakers. One joke that comes to mind that would be very scratch the eyebrow is the grape juice one.
Yes.
Okay, he knows what I'm talking about. We're gonna continue on from there.
See, the one that I was thinking about was the one where he's explaining the thing that you absolutely can't say because it's illegal.
That is true. Another game that we've talked about before that now has a little bit more gameplay called Glass House, where you play a repairman of a home, an apartment building, and you are fighting both the tenants and newcomers. And it's very interesting where you get to sneak by individuals, handle business your way, talk it out if you want to talk it out, try and be reasonable, or show a bit of what is it, a clue that you found and throw it at them and be like, hold on, I'm just trying to find this person or trying to figure out if you did this. Seemed like an interesting defend investigation style game, but it also adds in a little bit of dice rolling, it seems, because as you saw a moment prior in this, he tried breaking down a door, and you can work on strength or you can work on intelligence, investigative, etc. So a very interesting little tabletop role playing game mixed in with investigative detectiving. I said, okay, this started off pretty good. Then the new one that popped up after that was a hand drawn dating sim that adds in diplomacy. Sovereign Tower, where you basically are the ruler, not necessarily king or emperor, just a ruler of the area, and you get to make decisions. And with those decisions, of course, you get to say who's by your side, and who is by your side could be your love interest, and they have their own political party that they can do well. And if you happen to screw up so bad, you can actually roll back the clock and make a different decision. However, you only have a select number of doing this, and doing this comes at a price. So I was like, okay, we're getting some very good, interesting, kind of mind meldy, but mixed in with a very strange dating sim. And I was like, okay, this looks cool. I'm here for this. I began to, grab my bag of chips and waited for the host to finish up their talk about. Was not a big fan of the host. Host was very cardboard, so I just kind of let it go. After
This made
that,
me think, now that I have access to your list of Steam games, so I can see the 1,395 games you own. And the first thing it made me think of is, does he own Date Everything? He doesn't.
I no, because wife does, and she lets me use her library. So if you
So,
were
so what you're
asking,
telling me is all the games I should have to hide when I have company over are actually on her profile, and I'm okay.
I think I have two, but I think they're already pre-hidden. I think I are in the sharing aspect. I think I can hide those adult style games. I think I can select what you see, which is interesting.
That is
Next up,
interesting.
after that was a Metroidvania, but you're the one building the map. And I said,
Ooh,
okay, all right, you're
that
talking
sounds
to me,
interesting.
you're talking to me like you're trying to understand me. And I was like, continue. And so if you've ever played Dungeons 2, Dungeons 3, or any of the dungeon building style things, this kind of has that motif where you can build your towers in the tower defense light and either do it yourself or put up some soldiers to stop oncoming threats to your vampire sovereign. Um, and then you can literally build the map on where you stand and have defenses built up. And I said, okay, this looks fine, looks fun, looks like a mobile game, if anything, but I'm not mad at that. I would actually love to play this on mobile because ever since I got Balatro on mobile, I go to bed to that shit. So I said, this looks good. This would look good on mobile. This looks good in period. Um, was fine. Had no problem with it. I believe they said that next fest, they are gonna introduce it. Next one, a roguelike dogfight simulator where you play as a F1 style, very fast uh, airplane, and you have a chance to bail out and deliver things. Yeah, you heard me right. You have to deliver things in Delivery Must Complete. I was like, okay, I'm here for all of it, but I want to see more gameplay. It did not give a lot during the preview here. After that, I like parkour and wall running and fast gameplay, but not in isometric games. The only one that I like that in is Hyperlight Drifter and Hades. This just doesn't. I don't know. This just didn't hit for me when I was watching it. Looks cool, but not my style of game. Echo Breaker. After that, a kind of depressing but interesting puzzle game, Swan Song, where you control the aspects of notes in a music box, and that controls what happens on the tablet up top. I'm like, okay, looks fine. It's not my cup of tea, but sure, fine. Puzzlers would probably go nuts for this. After that, Witchspire. Sox has been excited for this one for a very long time. It's kind of an open world exploratory. Got a lot of very strange new creatures to run into and either tame or eliminate to get their goods. But it also you could build an actual coven area, and I was like, okay, this looks like fun. Up to 4 players on multiplayer, and also easier creative mode style building where you can float around and build your building instead of trying to be like, why can't I put this roof on? This looks fine, fun, little Minecrafty, but fine. Um, I believe that the next one, yeah, okay, the next one had me a bit confused. So, Supermassive Games dropped a heavy lot of story with this trailer for Directive 8020, where you and up to 3 friends on mobile devices can play this in movie night mode. And I said, okay, they did a little something like this with Until Dawn. And I said, that's cool. I like that they're bringing back movie night mode. But how long is this game? If you're gonna have movie night mode, is it gonna be only a couple hours long? Mm. Very confused, very
We're, ta-
curious.
we're talking about the space thing I'm seeing on stream right now, right?
Correct. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that
Okay,
it is
just
a.
making no, you're fine. No, you're fine. It's just I've had to refresh twice now because like I keep getting a massive delay. Like there's always a delay. I keep getting a really bad delay, so I keep having to refresh, and I want to make sure we were looking at the same thing. The main guy they were showing for a bit there looks like reject Buzz Lightyear.
A little bit. A little bit. May 12th, 2026. It's a part of the Dark Pictures collection that they went from Dark Pictures Saga to Dark Pictures. So now it's a little bit more broad. Sony seems to want to go a little bit more all in on these storytelling movie style games, which I'm happy for, I guess. Neutral, very chaotic neutral. This game I'll talk about in a little bit, but they did have a spotlight in the Galaxy Spring Showcase, Mouse PI, which happy for this game. I love its look, love its stuff, but we'll talk about it more in a little bit because there's a little bit of I don't even kind of controversy, but there is something
It
to mention.
there, yeah. I yeah. We'll talk about it when we get to that point. Continue.
A game where you play as a monster in a mayor position, prime monster. Um, you have to win votes by, of course, playing your cards right, where whether or not you have your policies align with the people that you're following, and then it plays into a card style game where you play either dirty tricks or begin to try and sway votes in an illegal way. I'm like, okay, that's fine. This looks like it would be more better for an actual tabletop game, to be honest. I feel like this would do better then. But as far as a game is concerned, yeah, sure. Looks good. Uh ah, Another game that the devs or whoever they got to play this just did not make it seem like a lot of fun. Uh a Zelda style isometric battle royale Scramble Knights. It looks like it was made with clay. I'm happy for those kind of models where it has like this claymation look to it, but the people playing it did not sound actually excited to be playing it. The game looks good, but the people playing it was like, "Oh yeah, we did it! Yay! Oh man, look at this big
Yes,
figure!
I am having fun
Oh
right
man, look at
now.
all. I'll have to try. I have to try out all these weapons. Oh man, you're kicking my butt." And it's there's a lot of very strange physics in this game that look fun on paper, but I would need to see some actual people playing this and not strange robots. Sorry, guys. I believe you
Could
can
be
play.
another
Yeah,
kind of robot.
uh, true. You can play the beta right now until the 26th. So you have only a couple days if you happen to want to try this game out. Um, an
It's
odd.
one of those things like that's going to be the business I'm going to start. I'm going to start a business where it is we are the people that play your games for your demos,
That's fine. That's cool. I'm down. I'm down to do that.
for for your showcase, for your whatever. Because so many of them suck.
Yeah,
They
they're not.
suck at the game. They suck at how they react to the game. Like
I think there was only I can only name on one hand how many I've seen of the trailer that the game actually had, and the person actually knew what the fuck was going on and how to handle it.
it's
Ultra
like I
Kill.
hate to give them props, but I will give Call of Duty props. They always get someone that knows how to do the stuff for for the trailers.
That is true. Ultra Kill, the guy behind it. Oh my fucking god, he is a mastermind of speed on how to handle that game. Um, an odd spot for the next one. They did get some licenses. Volvo did a big thumbs up and is currently working on the real versions of these interesting construction machines for this construction simulator, where you get to break down buildings and put buildings back up. I've never been a construction simulator person, but apparently this one's being well received in the community as far as in the beta process. So congrats to you. It's just not my
I've just
style.
never been a big simulator person. Like I'll play The Sims and Sim City, but like I don't do the farm simulator and stuff like that. Like I've never been big on those.
All right. Uh, this one here caught my eye a little bit. A ARPG with advancing skill trees depending on what you actually want to build into. Called Second Stone, and this one it looks a little slower than the prior isometric game. The camera looks a little too far out for my style, but the gameplay looks a little bit more enjoyable. When I saw the skill tree a little bit later on, right now, where it has like hex spheres, and you actually get to put the pieces that you want to into it, so you can build your build. And I'm like, okay, I like that. I like being able to build what I want. If I want to do all fire, I can do all fire. I don't give a shit. But it allows you to do that. I can appreciate that. The some of the animations looked a little weird and floaty, but still very early. Nothing on date for that one. So, Quincy,
Justin?
if you had to pick a YouTube channel to get their video game, an entire YouTube channel to get their video game. Do you have any in mind that would need to get a video game?
That lady that does the sand art.
Okay, that actually sounds like a good idea.
Right?
Okay. Let's lean a little more toward let's do trivia. A trivia style game. What YouTube do you think would lean toward that?
uh I don't know.
Well, the answer is Watch Mojo, because Watch Mojo is going to bring
Oh,
in Mojo Party, which will be free to play and have free updates. The only downside is there will be ads for their channel. I'm like,
being a fan of Boston Powers, I'm not sure that's what we should be calling it.
it's all about the mojo, baby. Um, but what I can say is I like the style of their game. It does look very fun. It looks a little bit better than the Jackbox games, because this leans more toward trivia than it does like art and improv. So this tingles my mind a little bit better than anyone else. But up to 16 people can play this one, and up to 6 if you're gonna do just randoms. So I'm like, okay, if you have a whole fucking house party, yeah, this one will definitely do you. As
That's
mentioned,
pretty.
this is gonna have a lot of updates from the course of it. You just have to watch a single, I believe, Watch Mojo ad for their YouTube channel. Oh boy. So I was mentioning dating sims. This one is This one is a. I'm trying to find the right words so that way I don't come off really dumb, but the game is called Sucker for Love Crush Landing, where the original you could fall in love with a cosmic horror or a masked murderer,
As one does.
as one does. This one here involves 3 extra love interests and who they have placed on those who wish to get rid of their love interest. Um, it uses all hand drawn 80s aesthetic style drawings for their characters, which I'm always here for. And I'm curious to see more from it, but I don't know if I'm going to play it. So this is where I said, oh, this shit looks like Dota. I'm going to hit the bathroom. And as soon as I got back, it felt still very Dota. It felt very Warcraft 3. It did not feel like a good generalized game to me that was unique. So if you played Dota, you played Warcraft 3, you pretty much have a basic styling of this game. There's hex movement, so it's got kind of a very light civilization feel to it. Was not a big fan. Game is called Dawn of Defense. Yeah, got very much nothing to say. But as soon as I finished up with that, I leaned forward because Coffee Stain was the intro to this next one. I was like, oh shit, I just sat down. Oh, hold on. And there's a gun off on the side. There's VHS tapes all over the place. And I was like, are we getting like a retro style fucking shooter? And fucking, I was half right. It's a side scroller. It's a very gritty side scrolly game with very loud visuals. It kind of looks like the game I've been kind of dancing around with I was gonna say Returnal, but that's not right. I forget the game I downloaded. Returned? I think it's called Returned. Hmm. I'll think about that later. But interesting boss fights already. You got big buff over the top dudes in a rocker on stage that you gotta fight. They fight with their guitar and whatnot. And I was like,
Yes,
okay,
one does.
as one does. A
It's
lot
called
of
an axe.
true that. Uh, I mean, what's his name? Zach Wild actually had an axe guitar, so I believe it. The game is
Yeah,
in
probably.
early access come May 7th, 2026, and I'm definitely gonna keep my eye on this one. It looked good. And I was like, okay, I'm back in. You wrote me back in. I thought I was gonna fall asleep during this. Well, damn. I could have taken a nap because after that was kind of a nice space exploration game, which I've always wanted a nice space exploration game, like No Man's Sky. This did not. This made me want to go lay down. Spacecraft, which is not key with StarCraft, but a nice new space exploration game, which seems to have a little bit of alien life in it. I don't know. You're getting a shrug out of me. Um,
It's looking. If it's the one I'm looking at right now, it looks very. We're just gonna go mine everything.
yeah.
Why? Why are so many games obsessed with let's just go mine shit in space?
I mean, that's not a bad thing to want. Yeah, I mean, like Factorio. I want Factorio because that's what you do. That's
I'm
all
not.
you do.
I'm not arguing that it's a bad thing to want. I'm saying that it's like become a very large portion of games.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I guess because it's a thing that works, and they're hoping that this works with it. Mm. The next one after that was a co-op hack and slash game that I kind of was here for. I was kind of jamming with it. Still could have slept through it though. It looked very simple. Not a lot of like big areas, but not a lot filled that areas. And I was like, okay, this looks cool. The fact that I had co-op was another, big thumbs up for me. But there are other games similar to this that have a little bit better features. So I was hoping to see a little more than what we already had. The game is called uh, Forever, which is a bit of an odd name for it. After that, we had ourselves our first scary game, an FPS survival game called Frostrail, a game where you hop onto a train, have to defend said train, go looking for supplies as well as fuel for that train, and you and up to three other friends. I think it's a four-player co-op game where it gets super scary at times. Nighttime is not a time to go looking for supplies. Uh,
Okay.
well, see, this is where I was like, why did they show this? And then literally the same day, they showed a better trailer on their Twitter page. I digress. Um, Northgard Battlegrounds kind of looks like Clash of Clans. I'm not gonna front. It looks super cheesy. It definitely gives mobile vibes, but its art style is fine, fun. Just the fact that this is all you play with is this little area. I don't know. It's an auto battler, so you just kind of let it do its thing. You can have one unit buff all the other units, one that nerfs the other ones. It's just rock paper scissors, but with units instead of actual gameplay. I don't know, man. Auto battlers have kind of went over my head. The game is called. Oh yeah, Northgard Battlegrounds. I did say that. A interesting little RPG game. Let me skip ahead a little. A little. It felt very Animal Crossing, but with RPG elements, where you play as a rabbit and your friend can play as a mouse. And between you two, you will be able to fight a bunch of things, uh, gather up some quests, get some money, and pay off just your farm. It is a they call it a cozy beat 'em up, and I said, you
That's
know,
a that's a genre we haven't really had.
that is a genre we haven't really had. Everything is super cute and bubbly in this, aside from a couple monsters. So, sure, fine. It gets a thumbs up, I guess. The game, I don't know if you saw it, Kitaria Fables 2. Apparently, this is a sequel. Ah, so Quincy and I are kind of neutral on the. I mean, we're bad at them, but we like the look of them. Rhythm games. And War Drum definitely adds in a little bit of rhythm, but with tactics. So units have a very specific style of beat that if you do well, they do more damage or resist more damage. And um, I'm here for it. I actually really enjoy the look of it. It also looks very SNES, but with like a 2.5D graphics. I'm here for it. I like it. I'll keep my ear to the ground for it, but I don't know if I'm gonna buy it because, as mentioned, we're a little rhythm inept. Um, the demo's out right now, so if you haven't want to check it out before the Steam Next Fest, it will be available through the entirety of the Steam Next Fest as well. Next up on the plate, we have uh, cas- causal loop. I keep wanting to say casual loop. So you set yourself up to do one thing. Go back in time. That one still does the thing you need it to do, like open a door, and the second you can go through that door. Seems like a pretty good premise, right? What if you need to do that 12 different times to solve one puzzle? It honestly stretches the mind of time travel, but with yourself.
I mean, I do like a good time travel puzzle kind of game.
Yeah,
That's
to me,
interesting, though.
it turned me upside down a little, but I was like, I get it, but not that
Yeah,
way for me.
I feel like it would take a lot for me to kind of wrap my head around this. Like I'd have to do it. I'd have to play with it a bit, but I mean, it could potentially be fun.
Yeah. Quincy, did you ever play Earthbound?
I know of Earthbound. I've been very much around Earthbound. I never actually owned it and played it myself.
Okay. Well, there's a game that takes a lot of reference from Earthbound and a little bit of Lisa the Pained, a much more dark game than Earthbound, but this definitely has the Mode 7 style backgrounds that are kind of rotoscoping in the background, a little bit of platforming that you kind of need to do, some very interesting visuals, and some very horrifying creatures that follow after you made out of arms and legs or goo. You know, things made out of goo is obviously scary. Even things that are just in darkness that you don't even know what the fuck they are. Have fun with that. The game is
The
called
dog thing that was chasing the character kind of reminds me of what happens to the little girl in Full Metal. The Full Metal.
Full Metal. Yeah,
Yeah,
Edward. Let me see. It was what is her name?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. But I on screen there is just a creature made out of hands and faces. Like, mm-mm. The game is called The Backworld, and yeah, it definitely feels very creep, but with some JRPG. After that, Quincy, you sent me this, and I already knew well about it. Do you want to be a bus driver?
I didn't until this trailer.
Okay. So you threw this at me on TikTok, and I said, yeah,
Like
yeah.
this trailer has so much work put into it and goes so fucking hard.
And all it is a average bus driver simulator. And you look kind of like Guy Fieri a little bit. But you pull up to the actual bus stops, open up the door, let people on. Be careful for potholes. Be careful for other people hitting the brakes randomly. There are people trying to brake check you in the game apparently. I wish I knew that there was more content to this game, but I have no fucking idea. I have zero clue. But yeah, the guys who made the trailer definitely went way too hard for just run of the mill bus driver simulator.
And again, I don't really go in for sim games, but the fucking marketing on this is phenomenal. Like, I'm not gonna buy the game, but if I was into this kind of shit, like this would sell me in a second.
True, yeah, and it's done by Saber Interactive, which is even more crazy because they've done some pretty interesting games lately, such as John Romero's Toxic Commando and another little shoot 'em up that I can't remember right now. But I'm like, what an interesting left turn you guys did. But Busbound is dropping on the 30th of April of this year. If you pre-order anything, you get a skin for your vehicle, and yeah, have fun with that if you want some skins. If you get the deluxe edition, it comes with 3 DLCs, and I'm like, what DLCs? Like locations? Gonna have to
It's probably more buses and stuff like that.
I mean, hopefully a lot more content. After that was a interesting game that looked like World of Tanks but more arcade. Let me. Oh, they did another trailer for 33 Immortals, which I was like, "You're already out. What are you doing here?" Apparently they're getting a couple updates, and I was like, "Okay, cool. I'm happy to see a really good game. It's still on Game Pass, still doing pretty damn good. They were adding in some more content. Can't be mad at that. You can also play the demo on Steam. It's only 2 areas that only the people with the demo will be able to play. So you'll still be able to play with the people in the demo, but well, not with the people that actually own the game. Meh. Now, the next one. As said, it felt like tanks, but with an arcade feel. You drive so fucking fast. You shoot fucking hella hard. You can cause fucking air raids to just go ham on it. It looks like Call of Duty, but with tanks. And I said, you know what? Fine, fuck it. The game's already out, by the way. The game is called
Remember that tank game that we
Heat.
would play? Or you probably played it when we were young, where you were basically just two tanks on each side of a mountain trying to get the arc just right to hit the other tank.
Yeah, they did a remake of that back in like 2020. I don't remember the original, but I do own
It's
the
just fun looking at that and then seeing where we're at now with a completely tank based game.
right. The beta is out right now, and the game is called Heat, and I believe it's going to set for a free to play archetype. So get ready for that. A hotel building fucking sim that looks not great. It looks like it had the work put into it, but once again, not for me. It looks like a cheap 2 point type of builder where I'm like, if I wanted this, I would just do 2 point hotel if that's the case. So I just kind of went, okay. But the game is called Hotel Architect.
The figures look like
Weebles?
what? No, close, but no. The little toy sets.
Oh, they're called Little People. like their little pegs.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I think that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, the ghost was fun. Vacuuming up the ghost was fun.
yeah. But
I would probably still play like the 1 point in or the 2 point games over this, but yeah, that's kind of fun.
yeah, May 14th for that one if you happen to be interested. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, we got ourselves a nice World War One campaign style of thing. I popped my knuckles. I was listening. It's a narrative adventure where you only have a fistful of ammunition and you need to decide who lives, who dies, and whether or not you spend those bullets fighting a real enemy or someone who's giving up. This is an interesting storytelling narrative one that is very uncommon, especially in the World War One setting. I think the only other one that we see vaguely as storytelling is the Amnesia one, Amnesia Bunker. Uh,
Mm.
but but this looks like it's an interesting. It got a thumbs up from me, so we'll go with that. The game is called The Caribou Trail. After that, um, Quincy and I kind of were okay with Frostpunk. Like I could do with a little Frostpunk. The only thing is the random elements of Frostpunk were a little nose grindingly difficult, like people just randomly fucking dying out of nowhere, or the kids not wanting to work after you put them to work. Like, boo hoo, you get to live. What the fuck? But on a more serious note, if it was on the wall of the inside of a crater on a planet, seems like it would be a little bit more tough, especially when on the sides of those walls there are aliens that can come crawling and attacking your stuff.
To be fair, I already suck at what's it called? Frostpunk.
Yeah,
I don't know if this would be better.
I also
We have a
don't
bot
feel like.
in chat.
Oh, I will get rid of them right now. But yeah, I also don't believe that I would be very good at it, just because there's already a learning curve from Frostpunk where it's you need to develop a love hate relationship with the people you're actually working with, letting in refugees that aren't going to be a problem. That kind of human aspect without needing aliens attacking. I don't think I would be very happy about aliens coming over and blowing up half my place just because they felt like it. Like, you guys can live over there. You don't have to come over here. But good news, you can build defenses. Things seem to be a little bit more easy to build in this game, which it is called Wall World Strategy. Okay, seems fine. Quincy, do you like the movie Groundhog's Day?
I love Groundhog's Day.
What if you could do that with a lone space engineer medic, and they are on a space station after all of their friends, colleagues, had passed away, and you are the only one alive living out the same exact day.
That sounds absolutely terrifying.
That does. But in the game Rivage, Rivage, it is
You
published.
good?
Yeah, it's just a very odd word for me to say without excess teeth. Um, but it's published by Raw Fury, one of my favorite publishers of all time. They only publish bangers of games, and having a person on a space station living out the same day over and over while listening to recordings of your colleagues and what they left behind. I'm intrigued, and it's only 4 people, mind, or 5 total people, mind you. But you go into their
For
living.
what studio?
Uh,
Or oh no, for the people that I see what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'm very intrigued at this premise. I might actually purchase this game when it pops out. I really enjoy the aspects of how this game looked, its narrative. I would love to help out this individual get home without going through the same day over and over and over. Now, when you see the word, tell me how you pronounce that.
Rib Age.
Okay, Rivage. That sounds a lot better than what I was
You know,
about.
because I don't know. Like,
Rivage.
first of all, I don't know if it's actually English or not.
Yeah.
The
Hmm.
EU makes the A say its name is the general rule. I'm also dyslexic. So I'm gonna go
Rivage. Rivage.
Revenge. I feel like it's got to be something rib something because like I think the idea is gonna be reviving people. Like I think that you're gonna
Oh,
learn
maybe.
how to revive them. And then
Revival of
age.
age. Maybe.
Yeah, and
Maybe.
then age. Aging. Yeah. So I think it's gonna be something along those lines.
Okay. Okay. I can get down with that explanation.
Context clues best I can come up with.
Fair enough. Another Metroidvania 2D SNES graphics platformer. Ain't mad at that. Akatori, where you play as a young girl with a bow staff and you learn a whole bunch of interesting maneuvers to traverse the world. Very Hollow Knight, very Silk Song. I enjoy those types of games. Not really much to say from it. The music was fine. Not really anything to write home about. After that, our second scary game of the whole entire thing, where I was like, "Oh boy, feet." You play as an individual just driving a friend home, and after you get them home, things start getting a little different, and you realize that you never drove home at all, and so you have to go and pick up your friend again. But you just picked up your friend, so what's up with that? And it's a lot of driving. Silent Road is what that one is called. Uh, Seems fine. Not really anything to scary game. We like scary games. And choices matter in that one. Quincy, did you ever play as a youth Lemmings?
Lemmings.
Lemmings, where you have a predetermined map and you have individual lemmings. One like you give them a job to dig or to build a ladder or build a bridge across a small ravine, that kind of stuff. Lemmings.
No, never did that.
Well, this game's kind of similar to that, where you and a couple other small merlies, 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 um, all try to work together to take this trash-filled utopia and bring home some food and not just trash. But you can use that trash to build things, and I'm kind of here for it, but I would like to see a little bit more from it before we uh fully contextualize whether or not I want to purchase this. Looks cool though. Uh, okay. I so we just already had a space travel game where you got to mine and whatnot. This one is what if you're from a space colony coming back to Earth after it's been taken back by the planet. I was like, okay, now you got my interest. Because Earth is already fucked up. Okay, now we got to figure out why Earth got fucked up. Let's talk. Fully customizable airships that you are able to craft and build and pilot. Buildings that you're able to take down or repair. Um, there are some world bosses that wander around that could be persuaded to walk away or to fight. Um, Lightning storms can be harvested for energy instead of just a natural hazard. I was like, okay, where we finally are at a point where these space mining games aren't gonna be too crazy and actually have some good plot and some semblance to them. Gets a thumbs up. The game is called Forever Skies. The next game they talked about, I was like, I love RuneScape. It was one of my early RPGs, online RPGs.
I've
Rather.
literally never played it.
Never played it. Well, good news, you still can
Never.
because it's out there and available. Old school RuneScape is still available to play for free. Um, and they are pushing their new leagues where every season you're able to level up to a certain point, but it will never decrease. But what it does is it will take your item score, and your item score begins to build off of specific things. And every season adds a different, stronger buff for those specific things that you're working for. And I'm like, okay, shit. If you're wanting to bring back some people who are like, I'm already max level, no, you're not anymore. Fuck you, go back. I like that. I like having, you're not losing all your power, you're just losing gear score, and that does nothing to you. You just now have new things to get. After that, a interesting little extra exploration crafting game that you have a hand that can create matter. And I was like, okay. So we're in a weird desert planet with a tusked, pig-nosed individual, and I couldn't tell you much more about that. It does look like a nice little craft them up. You have to avoid the sun, make plants grow in specific areas. I was like, it looks fine, but I felt like I needed a little bit more. It looks like it had some actual like people who came before. Lysward, Lysward. The demo is out now. Apparently, it's just the first two very small areas, so you can check it out right now. And you don't even need to grab it on Steam. It is available on DRM free. Uh, we're almost done with this, I promise. Uh, Quincy, have you ever played any Agatha Christie games or read any Agatha Christie books?
I have read a bunch of Agatha Christie books,
Okay.
watched several movies and shows.
Okay.
Played one or two games, I want to say.
Okay. So,
I'd have to
one,
boot up the Xbox to guarantee that and look at the digital library because I don't remember if I ever actually bought ABCs of Murder. I always wanted to. I know it's on the Steam account,
okay.
but yeah,
What about Phoenix Wright? Have you ever played any Phoenix Wright game?
I have not, but I know of it.
Okay.
I've seen plenty of it, but yeah, no, I have not actually actively.
Okay. Well, combine Agatha Christie style games and Phoenix Wright style games into this, A Study of Blue, where you play as a young girl who nicknamed herself Blue and only wants to be called Blue, is trying to figure out who this woman is. Sister, friend, hard to know. But she hires a rough and tumble, already kind of on the browbeated part, Kenneth, a detective, who is just trying to, I guess, help out while also make some money in the process. You can push individuals by showing clues to other individuals, and obviously during a case, you can show evidence then too. I'm like, okay, this looks really good, very thematic. I really love the portraits of each of the characters. I'm here for this game. The demo's out now. I have it already pre-installed. I haven't checked it out yet, but soon, soon. So trying to explain this game will not get me anywhere. You play as a worm, and you need to survive against the birds. There are NPC birds everywhere. And if a bird eats you, you become a bird and then have to hunt the worms.
Okay.
And um I guess it's a zombies mode, I guess is the best way to really put it, is like you're trying just to run and get rid of the zombies. I really enjoy the look of this game, but I don't really I don't know what the main feature is for it. Like it looks like a nice little
Did
party
you ever
game just to
play?
waste a couple hours on. Mm.
Did you ever play Um, I don't remember which one it was, but it was Star Wars Battlefront 1 or 2. I want to say it was 2, where uh, it has an Ewok mode, so your stormtroopers
Okay,
on the Force move indoor at night.
that'd be 2, and yes, I have played it.
Okay, I think my brain was breaking trying to think of all that for some reason.
Very fun. I've only ever played as an Ewok on that mode, which is a bit of a sad thing, but
Oh,
very
it's
fun.
fucking terrifying playing as a stormtrooper, and I did not last long.
But this definitely has the same feel. Definitely has that same thing. It's called Pecking Order, which kind of suits this game very well. And our last horror game of the showcase, I I'm just gonna let it play and let Quincy kind of absorb it. Because it actually looks like a good police drama, but mixed in with a few pieces that are very detective noir. And of course, we love our CRT TVs. Now that I feel like this is like early '90s, but
Could
without
be
hearing,
80s, could be 90s. Yeah.
yeah, without hearing any of the talking, she's discussing the what the woman, the teleprompter, had said, and she's like, "Okay, well, did you hear that?" And he's like, "No, I really, I didn't." Well, I mean, this, and then she was like, "No, no, 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 the where it happened." And he was like, "Oh no, I wasn't really paying attention to that." And I'm like, "Okay, these guys actually hired writers to do writing." But then it showed this with the like face falling apart with all the worms, and I'm like, well, okay. And all I know after that was the name of the game: When Sirens Fall Silent.
That's that's interesting looking. I'd like to get a little bit more so I have a bit more idea of like what kind of game it is. But yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Something that has a really cool aesthetic. Oh god dang it! Let me skip ahead. Uh, cool. A space utopia with a dark secret in a very interesting 1970s ish aesthetic. Where you're just trying to get the word out about that dark secret, but of course you can't. Not yet, anyways. Star Dream. I really do enjoy the look of this game. Uh, what was that one that also had like London '70s, and you're playing a guy just trying to We
We
Happy
happy
Few.
few.
Yes. It gives me a little We Happy Few, but this one definitely has a little bit more full world instead
Yeah,
of just London.
this is very 70s futuristic.
Yeah, I'm definitely here for the narrative of the choices you'll be able to make. I would like to see the first couple of minutes of it. I do not believe we're getting a. Oh, I was about to say I don't know if we're getting a demo, but we are getting a demo. It says demo out now. I'm probably gonna grab this one once the stream is over, because I would love to check this one out. Uh,
Star Dream. All right, that's interesting.
so this one doesn't have horror in it as it wants to paint, but it labels itself as a non-horror game that made it to Fear Fest. You know,
Okay.
so there are blood and all that. It's supposed to be a narrative, uncomfortable game. It is supposed to be a surreal game, not one that has horror, but with horror elements. Name of the
It's
Will.
it looks like it's some kind of fucking psychological thriller, and psychological thrillers are just a fucking branch off of horror. So
That's what I said, and yet they want to paint it as non-horror. So it is horror. It is horror. It definitely feels that way. There's blood all over the place. There's a pillar with eyes on it. Name of the
yeah,
Will. It has a demo out. I don't think I'm gonna be grabbing it. It looks hand drawn. It looks like it has an actual like sketch style of pencil art style that I can really get down with, but miss me with that. Couple more left. 40v40 combat in the Cold War. 83. The game is just called 83. Um, Interesting name of a game. Looks like it has some pretty good gunplay, but I don't think I'm gonna hop into it. Um,
I
Battlefield
mean,
was the last big one.
the big scene where it shows 40v40 and everyone running across the field just looks like hell let loose.
Doesn't it though? It definitely feels that
Yeah, like
way.
this very much just looks like they went, hey, let's just re-release Hell Let Loose, but we'll set it during the Cold War.
Yeah, and I mean, Cold War had a lot of actual technology pushed forward, and all I see is just the tanks and the infantry.
Yeah, like it doesn't even look like it would be set during the Cold War. Like I don't know.
I also don't know. Here we go. Let's bump it up a little bit. So, a puzzle platformer set once again in the 1970s. A video game where you play as an NPC that gains kind of an outsourced sentience that can mess around with the game. You're basically in a video game and you can mess around with that video game. You can
Okay.
copy, move, remove, just you can mess around with a whole lot of stuff. You can give the properties of a trampoline to a car, a rooftop, get to places that you weren't supposed to before, get rid of whole floors and see things drop to the bottom, get rid of vehicles that you're about to crash into. It is very interesting in that there's a lot you can do. The game is called Yerba Buena, which I had the translation somewhere, but I did not grab it. Let me do a copy thingy real quick. Boop boop. Oh,
Looks
Spanish
very
for
mind bending.
Spanish for good herb. Oh, I didn't want to spoil that. But the demo's out right now. If you happen to want to check around with this very interesting psychological intrigue game. Two left. First one is a new JRPG from Bandai Namco, which I was like, okay, I'm listening. I'm happy to see more from Bandai Namco. But as soon as I found out what it was, I folded my arms over my chest and said, yeah, you can stay over there. It's a Sword Art Online game. Echoes of Aincrad.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't trust no Sword Art Online game.
yeah, I don't trust it either. It looks cool. Looks like it has a lot of like actual heart placed into it, where you can power yourself and the weapons you build, the armor you make. Everything looks to be very single player MMO, which I don't mind the premise of, but miss me with the sword art. You could have just had Echoes of Aincrad, and the game probably would have sold amazingly. Well,
No,
maybe not.
I get it. It's an existing IP. They're going to sell it. The people that are fans are going to buy it. I mostly say that in jest about the Sword Art thing. Um,
It's a sister love thing
I
that I don't agree with.
I'm sorry. The what?
Oh, yeah, second season had a little bit of the I'm your sister, but you didn't know that because I play a character in the game that you're with, and I'm flirting with you through that game.
Oh yeah. No, I remember that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But this was the last of the thing of the whole entire preview, the showcase. I was like, okay, cool. I'll wait till it goes to the IGN stuff before actually leaving because they usually have a last minute thing. They did have a last minute thing, an announcement of a collab that I don't think I would have ever thought. Alan Wake 2 in Phasmophobia with the narrator doing the narrations while you're doing the hunt. And I'm like, okay. Like Phasmophobia
Same
was
game
always
studio, or is that different?
it's inside Phasmophobia, so I'm pretty sure it's the guys who did that is working out the what the new creature is, which I believe is I believe there are two. One is the author and one is the shadow. So you get two new creatures and two new maps with the Phasmophobia DLC. I don't know if it's gonna be free DLC. Well, hold on, we'll find out in 2 seconds. Nope, it's free. Cool. May 12th, it is going to
Sweet.
be slid over. And if you have it on the PlayStation 5, it is now going to be compatible on May 12th for the VR2. So, in case you want to play Phasmophobia in VR and throw a book down in VR, you certainly can. Enjoy. But that was the entirety of the Galaxy's spring showcase. Soon, I believe in the first week of June, we are going to be having the Summer Game Fest, and I'm very excited because there's a lot of rumors already picking up in the rumor mill. Not gonna say I'm here because that would get my hopes up too much. But there's a few rumors in the rumor mill that I'm hoping to see come the Summer Game Fest. Badoop. All right. Speeding through the coming soon to Xbox Game Pass. We already knew that Kiln and Amphelion were coming very soon, so those two are going to be released, I believe, Friday. Little Rocket Lab, Sopa, Tale of the Stolen Potato, and Vampire Crawlers are going to be available on the 29th, if I'm not mistaken. Treepang Squared, Heroes of Might and Magic, which I did not know they were still making Heroes of Might and Magic games, but sucks that it's going to be only available on the PC. Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era, and Sledding Game is near the end of the month as well. Terra Tech Legion and Final Fantasy V are going to be available on the first week of May. We're getting some banger fucking games because if you just want a shooter just to go in and just be a force to be reckoned with, Treepang Squared is a fucking game. You can slow down time, do like the slow down time, the what do they fucking call it? Max Payne, sick dives, and just shoot while in slow time. Oh man, it's so good. Bullet time, yeah.
I always think of what was the Stranglehold?
Mm. Stranglehold,
Stranglehold was good.
Fear. Let's see. There's a lot of games that do a lot of bullet time now. Thinking Stranglehold, bullet time, Fear, fucking Gun, Red Dead. Technically, a lot of games do bullet time.
Yeah.
But Treepang, just a good little shooter that I beat in like 5 hours. It's a good time to go through though, especially on the hard difficulty. But that's not all the Xbox news we have. We also have a very interesting note, and a big one at that. Starting today, aka yesterday, Game Pass Ultimate drops from $30 to $23 a month. That is a $7 decrease.
First of all, seeing a subscription decrease in my life was not something I had on the bingo card.
I never had that on a bingo card. But they were like, what sucks about that is, and there's a small tissue, let me pull up that tissue, dab my eye a little bit. Future Call of Duty titles won't join Game Pass Ultimate or PC Game Pass at launch.
Oh no, whatever will I do? Help,
Anyway,
murder, police.
Anyways, they did say they will add them a year later. Okay, thanks, I guess.
Guess what? They suck just as much a year later. In fact, a little bit more.
I mean, I really liked the latest of Black Ops games, but I digress. It was just because it felt new to me. It felt good. It didn't make me want to cram my knuckles against a wall until. Anyways, current Xbox Ultimate subscribers will continue to have the access to Xbox console and PC, including all that's being benefited. But there's another Xbox Game Pass thing. Over on the Discord Twitter, they just said this. Discord, Xbox Game Pass with the blurple to blue, very deep purple color scheme, and said soon. Where I'm thinking they offered it before, but I think they're going to do a tie-in where the Xbox Game Pass holders will have Discord Basic, where it will amplify their audio output, which would be good for them. So even if you have just Discord on your Xbox, you'll have higher output. And I believe they already have the thing where you're able to stream your game through Xbox to your friends on Discord. You may be able to actually go to the text channels on Discord. That's in the rumor mill. That's been in the rumor mill. What's also been in the rumor mill for a while is PlayStation people being able to stream their games to Discord, but that's strangely Sony's problem. I don't know. But that's been on the plate for a while. I'm curious to see what this is going to include. Hopefully it's not basic. Hopefully it's the regular Nitro subscription, the good one that gives you all of the extra benefits, the 2 server boosts, just all the other good amenities that comes with Discord Nitro. Because $100 a year could be kind of shoveled if you could just put it toward Xbox Game Pass. Yeah. Badoo. Thursday, last Wednesday actually, I talked about Metro 39 getting a teaser and how a trailer was going to be coming out, and I was kind of excited because I just started the Metro games. I finished Metro 2033. It was very fun, but very on story. Last Light is ball twistingly hard, and I'm loving it. It is also very depressing. Very, very fucking depressing.
I think we all just learned something about Justin.
What, ball busting?
He said ball twistingly hard, and I'm loving it.
Oh, yes. I'm not changing that statement, but I really do love Artyom and his how he is having his story being told through it. I actually read a little bit of 2033, the book that has been made by Dmitry. Pardon my pronunciation. I'm sorry. I'm not Russian by any way, shape, or form. Glukovsky.
I mean, you did better than I probably.
Fair enough. But for a whole 6 minutes, we get almost 5.5 minutes, we get a cinematic trailer that looks really fucking good. I really love the psychological aspects that the game continues to try and convey. How the Russian military were trying to pull children into their format of thinking, and if they didn't comply, they were just thrown into the metro. And I'm like, okay, we're finally getting into that line. And aside from that, we're also getting how they did it, how they were capturing those children and forcing them into pretty much slave labor. And it seems to be, the chains that are wrapping around all of these characters and keeping them condemned and down in the metro. I'm like, yes, I'm excited to get to Exodus, because Exodus, from what I've heard, way better than the first 2 games. I am fucking hype. That being said, if you happen, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I might have to sit down and actually play through the series too, because I've played very little of the first one.
The first one's a little rough. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's a bit of a slog to get through, but once you're done, you'll be like, okay, start up on Last Light, and then once you start up on Last Light, you'll be like, oh, this is a much more better fresh air burst. But if you happen to want to follow in my footsteps and Artyom's, over on Steam, Epic Game Store, and I'm sure everywhere else, they are having a Metro franchise sale where you can get all 3 of the games and the season pass for $8 and I believe I said 40 something cents. $8.44. And it's the Reduxes, so they are going to be running in 4K. They are going to be stable. They are. Let me actually see what the minimum requirements for 33 Redux is. So for Redux is
the power of a small stone.
Oh no, a dual core CPU with a 2.2 gigahertz processor. That is baby. You can run this thing on you can run this on your PC that you have right now.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, because
I don't remember how to view what my computer runs.
That's fair. So 2 things. One, it runs DirectX 10, which is an earlier shader model. Plus, it says a compliant graphics card, which your onboard is way better than a GeForce 8800 GT. I'm pretty sure it's better than that. This let me put it like this. This graphics card is 13 years old, maybe no, older. Maybe 15 years old. So, yeah, they optimized this very greatly. So, I believe I own Redux on my system. So, if you want to check it out, you definitely can now. If you want to play keyboard mouse.
We both know that I am still going to go through and pair a controller to have my games.
Fair enough. I like keyboard mouse now.
So let's see. What am I running? What were we looking at? Processor is a 4-core.
Yep, quad core.
Intel N100.
Does it say the gigahertz?
What would that be under?
Just right next to the CPU, the processor, and they would say the processor name.
Processor just says Intel R N100 800 MHz, 4 cores, 4 logical processors. Processor.
Okay, read it to me again.
Intel N100 800 MHz, 4 cores, 4 logical processor.
MHz, that's megahertz.
That's what it says.
There's no way that's running.
That's what it says. It's a mini
Oh,
PC.
okay. Okay, here we go. It's a 3.4 gigahertz Alder Lake. Okay. And then it runs. Okay, and it can output to 4K, but it would need a HDMI 2. Yeah, it would need HDMI 2.1 output. Okay, so yeah, no, this thing will do pretty okay. I believe it will run it on medium just fine. I have no doubt in my mind. However, I know Exodus is not going to be playing friendly in the sandbox, so that one I would say. Actually, let me go make sure.
A bunch of them are on my Xbox. I don't know which ones I do and don't have.
Oh, that's fair enough too. But Metro Exodus, let's take a look here. Yeah, this one's needing a little bit more power. A little under 10-year-old graphic card, and then it wants an i5 4400 at least. I mean, the fact that it has the 4th gen out and about is still a testament to how very good 4A games makes games for older toaster style PCs. Sure, it's not top of the line that they're making it for. No, they're making it for everything for the last 10 years at least. Which I will always say, fuck yeah, keep making games, man. Badoo. Badoo. I have a bunch of friends who howl at me, and when I showed them this, they howled loudly.
It's quite concerning. They're outside all night, you know.
Almost,
especially
yeah.
on weekends.
When I told them that this was going to be a thing, they said bullshit. They called me a liar. But Ben 10 is coming to Fortnite, and I showed them this, and they went fucking crazy at me. So it looks like Fortnite's going to have a couple more fans joining back into the fray, and maybe a couple more purchases down the line.
Nerds.
Oh, they're hyper nerds. So, one of my favorite developers, Hideo Kojima, popped over to the Xbox Game Studios, received a package from them, while also delivering a couple jackets to the COOs, current COOs, and was very welcomed and was given a mysterious package that says Xbox for Kojima. And he says, I'll tell you what it is later. And I was like, okay, sure. Well, we'll talk about it later. You know,
it's just a snake eye patch.
I mean, that'd be cool. Having Metal Gear come over to Xbox would actually be really fucking cool in this day and age.
Well, I mean, is it not? I mean, we don't have any new ones.
I think it's just the Master. I was going to say Master Chief Collection. I think it's just the
because you're staring at Master Chief.
Yeah, the first collection, I think, but I don't think it has all of them. I'm unsure of that now, but
well, one of them has been locked away, like in fucking solitary for some reason.
Yeah, I know Phantom Pain is available for everything. Ground Zeroes is the older version that was just a tech demo that you can get for like $5. That one's fine, but that's all that I can think. I know Metal Gear Solid 4 is kind of up and down in limbo. They're wanting to remake it. They're saying they're going to remake it, but there's no proof of it.
I also don't necessarily trust a remake they do without him.
Well, I hate to say it, but Metal Gear Solid Delta, the remake of Snake Eater, It looks really good. It looks really good, Quincy.
It can look great, and the question is, how's it going to play? You
From
know,
what I've
like
seen, it looks good.
I hope it plays well. Is what I'm going with.
Yeah,
Like that. Like that's more the point I'm making.
I'm sure it plays and looks good. But I'm not gonna be getting it just because I stand with my homeboy Hideo. Even though he's a weirdo at times, he has a general good love of cinema and he likes building cinematic games, save for Death Stranding. And Death Stranding 2 was very well received, and he worked with a lot of really good people. But I am curious why he visited the Xbox Game Studios and made these interesting handshake of jackets.
I'm curious why Phil was there.
That was the second question. Why was Phil Spencer there when I thought
I mean,
he
I love
walked
that he
away?
was there.
I
I'm
love
just
that
like, wait a
during.
minute.
Well, maybe he's going to
He
be there
stepped
during.
down.
Maybe he's going to be their speaking head. Considering, I don't think anyone wants to be the speaking head for Xbox. And if Phil Spencer comes out during the Summer Games Fest in June, I'm not going to be mad at it. I'm not going to question it. I'll listen to Mr. Spencer. I like him. He's actually a good voice.
Yeah, I like Phil. I miss Phil already. Like I know her name. I know her name. Oh
Asha?
my god.
Or the other, the
You
one
cut
that also stepped
you
down?
cut out Asha something. Sharma.
Yeah,
Sharma? Okay, cool.
Sharma.
See,
Yeah.
I knew it. Um yeah, the one on the right. I do like what she's done with Game Pass already. I do like the fact that she just straight up came out and went, yeah, this is too expensive. You know. Um so yeah, I like Phil. You know who I miss is Major Nelson.
Major
Oh,
Nelson,
and I also miss
he actually did a bunch of tweets where he's like, I just purchased Mouse PI. I'm gonna be having fun this weekend. I was like, baller, man. Like, I follow him on Twitter. If you don't
and
follow
then
Major Nelson on Twitter, he is just a good guy to fucking follow if you're in the gaming world.
the other one I missed that we lost, not lost, but left his position. Was I liked the press guy for Bethesda. He was the
Oh,
vice president and PR, Pete Hines.
yeah. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, his name escapes me too.
Pete Hines.
Pete. Okay, yeah, I would have forgot. Okay.
Just all these people that I spent so many years like, yeah, they're the ones that are giving me the things I want when it comes to video games. And then like so many of them have like retired or moved on to new projects. I'm like, no, you guys need to stay and make me video games.
Yeah, you need to stick where you're at. However, you can stay, Miss Asha. You can stay for right now.
Yeah, I mean,
I need you to
saving me
keep
money.
saving money,
Just
adding in benefits. You're the one doing these handshakes between all of these other companies. Okay, we're listening. Even though you were a
just
part of
keep
the
the
AI,
AI out of my
yeah.
stuff.
Even though you were a part of the AI, and she did. I will say she did push the idea of bringing back the Connect, talk to your game stuff, but she's like only with the headsets that are with actual Xbox. So I'm like, we're not gonna be using that feature, but I'm glad you're thinking outside
I
the box.
I like the Connect. I like being able to voice command my Xbox. You can also
Xbox turn
connect
off.
your Xbox. Well, you can do that with the Echo.
Yeah, I know.
So, but I did like the Connect. I enjoyed the Connect games. It's one of those things where it's like now that I have a Wii, I'm probably gonna buy some of the motion games.
Mm.
Or not a Wii. I have a Switch. Well, I have a Wii also, but I'm at the Switch. Um, but yeah, I did like the Connect. So I mean, it's not a terrible idea to see what possibilities there are for things. I don't know. Um, I just don't know it'll sell well.
Yeah. The comments were absolutely wild on his post, and I'm surprised he hasn't blocked a lot of these people because
They'll
what
just make
you
new accounts. Half
yeah.
of them are bots anyways. That internet theory is true.
Okay, that's fine. And if they are bots, just so what if he takes pictures of feet? So what if he models feet a lot more than the rest of a person's body? I don't
Hey
care.
man, Tarantino made a career off of that.
I was just about to mention him. I was just about to say, what about Tarantino? Are you going to bastardize him? Well, he's not on.
I
Is
mean,
he
they
on
do.
social? Well, but is he on social media to get this kind of beratement?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't either.
But he also is getting plenty of beratement from me because he came out and he trash talked Matthew Lillard. So
That is also true. Yeah. And people say I look like him. Ugh. I hate that I look like him. But on a more serious note, leave Hideo Kojima alone. He's just a cinematographer that just likes feet. Who cares? Leave that alone. He makes fantastic games. He is the one reason why we have uh any of the Metal Gear Solid games. We are the reason why we have Psychonauts in general. Just because he was the one who shot the idea toward I forget his name, Double Fine COO.
No idea.
Yeah, I know. And even still, he's the one
You're
who
talking
shot
about?
that. Yeah, he shot that idea toward him. He caught the idea and made Psychonauts. I think that's the other reason why he named it Psychonauts after Police Knots, Hideo Kojima game. Maybe, perhaps, not going to put 100% on that. Just a theory I had. But even still, he is I will call him one of the pillars of gaming today. Just because of all of his innovations toward gaming. Leave the man alone. If he likes feet, let him like feet, man.
Off subject, on subject, because looking at the jackets they're wearing, I am totally the guy that if I worked for a company like Xbox, I would always be showing up in our merch constantly.
Yeah, why not? I mean,
Or if they're like, "Oh, we need like you to be in," we're having a special meeting, so everybody dress nice. I'd be like, "Cool," and I'd show up in, like an Xbox tie.
yeah, why not? I would
I would be
definitely.
repping the fuck out of the brand.
I noticed that there was like remember when we talked about those Minecraft hoodies? I'd probably have one of those on standby if it was a cold day. But I'd be supporting Rep on most of the Xbox styled games. I really want so there's a little bit of a keyboard right here behind Hideo. It is the Doom, the Dark Ages keyboard and mouse set. I really wanted it. They're completely sold out of it, and people online are reselling them for like $3,000. And I'm like,
extra lame. Scalpers suck.
All right, are we ready to beat up someone? You want to beat up someone?
Probably. Yeah, sure. Is it Sony?
No. So, Mouse PI for Hire dropped, and it has been received both very, very good and very, very not good. And the people who are doing the not good aren't quite getting the fucking joke. So, Caravan Palace made a really good song for it, and I was listening to it, and I was just going down my YouTube feed and saw that Mouse PI got a review from IGN. And I see right there, smack dab in the fucking middle of that entire post, I see a 6. I'm like, oh, did it just grab a thumbnail at a bad time? Did they really think it was a 6? They thought it was a fucking 6.
Now, so I haven't played the game. I'm not going to argue the 6 out of 10. What I will argue is the things the guy complained about that made it a 6 out of 10 for him. And while I understand everyone's entitled to their opinion, I mean, this is like one of the opinions that we're supposed to have an opinion on because their whole opinion is to try to sway people on buying and selling games. And they're supposed to critique this stuff. So one of the things they complained about was the cheese puns. It is a rubber hose cartoon video game about a world of fucking mice.
Yes. There is, I believe, one rat, one cat, and one alligator. So
even if there was other animals, you were still a mouse detective in a world full of mice, and it's a rubber hose cartoon style. The whole fucking thing should be a cheese pun.
Oh, and
the fuck do you mean there's too many cheese puns?
And for those who know nothing about this game, the detective that you're playing as is named Jack Pepper. Come on.
How much more? Like it's like, Monterey Jack being called Monterey Jack in Rescuers.
Yeah. I concur full-handedly. And that motherfucker liked cheese. He would actually go absolutely apeshit for it. What? Yeah, there was
that. That was one of the first complaints that I saw. That I'm like, are you serious right now? Like, this is a real complaint you have?
And then the other one, go ahead.
The other one was the fact that you're going around and killing characters. The game is a fucking shooter.
A boomer shooter.
Like, that's the fucking concept. That's like playing Bioshock and then being mad that you're underseas.
I hate the water. Okay. Okay.
That's like me complaining about Subnautica because like I don't like water games. No. I don't play Subnautica because I don't like water games. I'm not going to go and play Subnautica and be like, oh, that thing's shit because it's underwater.
Right. I think they could have picked a better person to review it because apparently this person also received a bunch of inside hate at IGN by being like, "Oh, you said that." Mm. Okay.
I don't know anything about that. I think it's a crap take.
Oh crap.
Like I said, I'm not arguing the 6 because I haven't played the game. I don't know. Maybe it is a 6. Maybe it's just not quite there. But I am gonna argue that you can't sit there and say it's bad because, well, it's this style of game. Therefore, that makes it bad. Like that doesn't make it bad. That's like saying Doom's bad because you killed demons. Like that's the point of the game.
Right. Okay, so Metacritic, both from critic and users, is about an 8.3-ish. And then we are going to go over to, let's check, what's the other one? Steam, 10 out of 10 across the board, with only a handful of lower reviews.
And that's fine. Have lower reviews. Like I'm not arguing lower reviews.
Let's see here.
Like
98% like this video game through Google.
Like I saw one person that did a review and their thing, like one of their complaints was like there's nothing really set up for when you shoot someone in a game and you can feel like the haptics in the controller and you get the sound and all that stuff to let you know you got the hit.
The good feedback, yeah.
This doesn't have that.
No, it doesn't.
That's a good reason to be like, all right, well, it's not a 10
Yeah.
because like that's something you look for in a shooter of any sorts.
Let me actually see. Let me see. Okay, so positive reviews 5,138, negative reviews 254. So that is a 97% positive.
Like I'm just sitting here going, oh, okay, so once again we're back to if we don't get paid, we're gonna trash it. It's like that's what it feels like.
Yeah. And here's the
And maybe the guy
kicker.
really hated the game. That's fine, but your reasonings are crap.
And
give better reasonings.
Here's the kicker. It's only $30.
That was like 25.
I'm looking on Steam.
Oh, I saw an ad for it on Xbox. I don't know. Maybe it's 30.
But even still,
It's probably 29, and my brain is just fried.
Yeah, that's fair. It's been a long fucking week. But even still, $30. I ain't that mad. You can get the first story DLC and the game soundtrack featuring an extended cut of the song from Caravan Palace, Good Mouse, for an additional $10 more. Fucking amazing, And it's apparently about 10 hours for the base story, and I don't know how long the DLC is, but the fact of the matter is 10 hours for $30 seems pretty fair. And all the jokes that are on the nose that I've seen, I got a genuine chuckle out of me.
That was one of the complaints I saw was that it really wasn't that funny, and when you're playing a rubber hose game like this, you expect a lot more humor than what you actually got.
Oh.
And it's like, okay, I mean, what's funny is, like that's debatable between people, but I can understand like going into this and expecting a lot of cartoony jokes, and if you don't get them, like being a little bummed out. I can see that.
Yeah, but killing rubber hose characters and watching their heads literally come off of their body and the blood goes splurting out in a dark fashion, watching bones come crumbling down to the floor from an acid spitter. Good. That feels like good feedback to me.
I heard it had a cool thing you can do too, where you can go through and
changed the audio and the video quality, making the video fuzzier to make it more old timey, or making the audio more crackly like a radio, which I thought was pretty cool too.
That actually sounds like a good feature. God damn. But Mouse PI is available right now. If anyone wants to go and purchase it, it is getting resounding reviews, except for IGN. Go and check it out. If I had $30, I'd definitely be buying this right now.
Like, I feel like someone else at IGN needs to go through and re-review it, and if they don't like it and they want to give it a low review, that's fine. But like, give us better reasonings.
A fair review. A fair review.
Like, yeah. I don't know. So the studio on this, the developer is Fumi Games. It's built in Unity, which, I mean, if you're building stuff in Unity, get it done now before all that AI stuff they just announced takes hold.
Yeah.
And then the publisher is Playside Studios. So I do believe they're both smaller. The developer and the studio, the developer and the publisher, I do believe are both smaller companies. So let's see, Fumi Games is based out of Poland. Oh, they got a Funko already for Jack Pepper too. Oh, dude, you can buy. Mondo Shop has the soundtrack on vinyl.
Oh, that'd be cool. All right. This
black and white.
This game won me the fuck over. Like, if you are putting this much heart and effort into your game to get a fucking 6 from IGN, I'd feel like my heart was ripped out. Like,
it's on pre-order. It's black and white. It's called Noir Vinyl, and it's $45.
That's not too bad, especially for a limited release, I would assume. Okay.
Right now it says exclusive and says pre-order. It didn't say. Let me go back. I don't think it said limited. This item ships to select countries: North America, Latin America, Asia, EMEA, and Oceania. So there's that.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna bring it over. Badoop.
I'm not seeing anything about limited. It's expected to ship in June.
Okay. I thought it was going to be limited just because it was an exclusivity type of thing where it would just get one printing and call it good.
9 on side A, 10 on side B.
And with the finale being the Caravan Palace song.
It looks like Fumi Games, like, this is the only thing they've done. The other one, Play Studios. They've done more. So Game of Thrones War of Westeros is one of their coming soons. Age of Darkness, Kill Knight.
I remember we mumbled about the Game of Thrones game.
Yeah, it's coming out for Steam. They've done some mobile games like Candy Critters, Thrive, Heavy Lies the Crown, Shattered, which was Luma or whatever the hell it's called. Warcraft 3 Reforged.
Oh. So they worked with Blizzard.
Dumb Ways to Die.
Okay.
Yeah, so they've been. Oh, sorry. That one I said was Luma. It's Meta. That's the logo.
Oh.
Yeah, so they did all the Dumb Ways to Die things. So the publisher, not the developer, is what I'm talking about. Yeah, it looks like they started with like mobile stuff. They did, Godfather City Wars. So they did like browser and mobile things. And now they've kind of expanded into some bigger stuff. So, no, neither one of these are AAA studios. So I already want to support them that way. I was thinking about buying the game on Xbox when I get paid, especially since I got that. Yeah, it is $29.99 on Xbox. Especially since Xbox sent out those gift cards.
Yeah, I'm actually happy that Xbox seems to be doing a lot of the good moves in the recent times. So, all right, let's keep them moving. Badoop. Speaking about spending money, this might come as a surprise, but I've seen multiple reports on it, but I am reporting it from the last one I grabbed. Valve is waiting out the RAM issue to kind of push down the prices to make sure that there is a selling point of $650 to $750 MSRP for the Steam machine. Now, when I originally heard that in the earlier post and began seeing it more and more, I'm like, okay, where I wanted to see where they were getting this report from, because if they were reportedly talking about it, there would be the report on it. Sadly, nothing concrete, but if more people are hearing about it, someone's obviously telling them. I would like to see finished Steam machines reach, I'm assuming 800 for probably the deluxe version. I don't think that's going to happen, but if it does happen the way that it is being portrayed here, it is definitely going to beat out the $1,300 Project Helix that Microsoft is mumbling the price tag of. I don't know. I'm shrugging right now just because we don't know we don't know the final price of either one of these machines. But
one of the things that these companies need to understand when they are working on the pricing, I understand they have to charge what they have to charge to make a profit after a certain point. You get that whole thing with like, it costs a certain amount to make these things. Like the 360 sold at a loss.
Yeah.
What it costs to make these things is what it costs to make these things. Do what you can to make them cheaper, but yeah. But you have to stop and think about the price that this thing's going to be. If it's, $650, $750, like, for some of us, like, that's some of the biggest bills that we have in a month put together, minus rent.
Minus rent.
Like that right there is my car payment and my insurance payment put together. It's actually more than that.
Ew.
To buy this thing. So I don't know. It's one of those things. I'm not saying I wouldn't be interested. I'm just saying it's something to consider.
It is something to consider. But
doing these things.
A firm, or the one that's like a firm, is going to be working with Steam to make these a payable purchase through, of course, multiple. I think it might be Klarna, where you make your first payment and then you will receive the product, and then you just make the detrimental 6 to 12 payments thereafter at no interest, which obviously would be the big thumbs up to get these out the door and into people's hands that obviously have not a lot of budget to be purchasing one of these things. I would assume that if it does label down in the 650 to 750 for the better version, that would be great. I do want to hear in the near future, hopefully by December of this year, a price tag for the Project Helix, just so that way we can see on a competitor scale what we're looking at. Just because both are basically at each other saying my box will play your games too, and then the other side saying, well, my box is going to play your games too. But who's going to be better for cheaper then?
And give me a reason to buy these things that is more than, oh, well, it'll be in 4K, or, well, I guess whatever the new version of 4K is, 8K. Give me something better than that.
So,
don't go back and pull an Xbox One and be like, well, you can run your cable box through it and favorite your channels.
Yeah, no, don't do that. That's dumb. But I concur with you. I would like to see more than a 4K output, but 4K is the across the board. Like the monitor right now is.
I'm not saying I want more. I'm saying more than 4K. I'm saying give me something more than it has good graphics.
Okay.
Like, you're asking me to buy a whole new fucking console again. You're asking me to move everything over to a new device and pay these high prices. Give me something more and the reasoning to do that.
Okay. I can give you 2 soft reasons as of right now. One, this will be able to play heavier games such as Cyberpunk 2077. So any game that you have that's on the graphics scale of Cyberpunk 2077, it will be able to run that generally fine at on high, not ultra or Cyber Psycho, but it will definitely play it on high.
Right, but there's already computers and game consoles that do that.
But I think that's where the
current gen of gaming console does that.
You are correct. However, this is also to people who don't own gaming PCs. I'm lining up for. The other thing is, this is upgradable. If you happen to already have a M.2 drive that has a whole slew of games, it has, I believe on the superior model, it'll have an empty M.2 slot that you can just slot that sumbitch in, and just go. It has an internal dongle for if you have a Xbox controller that can pair to it, so you don't need to have the dongle to plug in the front. So that's another mild plus.
That's Xbox controllers are Bluetooth now, so you don't need the dongle anyways.
Oh, okay, then it works the same way then. Same thing for PlayStation controllers. It'll also work on this. But between those 2 points, it is a very soft, as I said, very soft reasonings. But even still, for $650 to $750 for a relatively gaming PC that can play a lot of heavy hitting titles, sure, not at the top of the line, but it'll play them 4K on high, 60 frames at least.
I think there was a miscommunication. I'm not talking the Steam thing. I'm talking an Xbox replacement.
Oh, yeah. Okay, okay.
Anytime we introduce a new console, you got to give me a reason to get it, and the reasoning can't be, well, we aren't going to make games for your console.
Okay.
Forced obsolescence is never a thing to win me over.
No.
Like, that's the thing. I don't have a PlayStation 5. I borrow people's PlayStation 5s to play the games I want to play because I'm not going to pay PlayStation 5 prices to play 2 games.
It's $900 now, by the way.
$900 for me to play Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine. It's not happening. So my roommate has a PlayStation 5, so I borrowed his PlayStation 5 to play Spider-Man 2. When Wolverine comes out this year, I will buy Wolverine, but I will play it on his console. I'm not buying a console to play 2 games.
Yeah.
It's just not happening.
It's like Sock says in the chat, there's very few things I want to buy a Switch 2 for, but there's Pokopia. I would love to try that out. It looks like fun. It looks like an actual good wind down game, even in a post-apocalyptic Pokemon world. That seems cool to me. And the other one, which is the I forget the exact name, something Blood, the FromSoft game that is going straight to the Switch 2. And I'm like, fuck, I need to buy a whole new console just to play these 2 games. One of them's a Nintendo forward game, I get that, but
so Switch 2,
yeah,
because they didn't want to make Poketopia available on the Switch, and let's be honest, it probably would have worked just fine on it. It's not like it's that heavy of a game. So Switch 2 is like what, $600, $500?
I think it's $450 now. Yeah, let's do a little investigation.
$449.99.
Okay, I was right. Ooh.
$499.99 if you get the Mario Kart World bundle, which makes sense because that's actually saving you money that versus buying Mario Kart World separate from it.
Okay, yeah, that's not too terrible. $500 for.
So we'll call it 500.
Okay.
500 for a new console, and then $70 for Pokopia. Or
Pokopia. Yeah.
Yeah. So 570. So 570 before tax. Let's just call it an even $600 to play one game.
Yeah. I'm a little.
That's my issue.
I am also on that side with you. I'm concurrent with you. Do I believe that I'm going to be buying a Steam machine? No. Am I going to be listening to it just because I'm a tech junkie that's broke?
The Steam machine one's different because it's a PC thing. No one's currently, like, they're not coming out and going, oh, well, you can no longer play games on Steam on your current PC. Yeah, there might be a game that's a little much for your current PC, and maybe you can't upgrade yours. That's different. What I'm talking about is the exclusivity games of Pokopia, Spider-Man and Wolverine, what's on Xbox? Halo. Oh, they've moved that over too.
I was about to say Halo's moving, and so is Gears of War.
Well, that's the thing. There's technically not technically there is no Microsoft exclusive because everything goes to there technically isn't Xbox exclusive because it all goes to PC.
Now, yes.
Nowadays, yeah. But you get my point on it of the way that they've been convincing us to buy the new console for a while now has been, well, it's exclusive and it's pretty to look at. And it's like, okay, the exclusivity thing you're doing just to force us to buy, and the pretty to look at only goes so fucking far.
I concur 1,000%. But I'm a tech junkie. I like listening to all the new tech that's come through. I watched the early playthrough of the prototype Steam machine. How they CNC'd a new front cover for it. Looked really cute, very funny. Apparently you can add a an LED monitor to the front, and it can be plugged wirelessly, and it can work off of e-ink, so you can always have a new front cover every time you just upload the image that loads automatically on it. I loved all of this stuff. But yeah, I'm right there beside you. If I didn't have Nova, this would be an idea, but I don't think I would go
No,
into
like,
it.
and it's something I would consider as a person that doesn't actually have a gaming PC.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Project Helix, to come in and go, oh hey, this is the thing that's going to make you give up your Xbox. Is it though?
They said
You got to give me a good reason.
They said you can move everything that is on there onto the Project Helix, and they even were whispering. I don't know if this is going to be true yet, but they were whispering old Xbox games are going to be able to be played on it.
No, and I get that, and I love that, and I love that the Microsoft and Xbox are so backwards compatible, unlike Sony. I do love that, but that's not a reason for me to buy something new because I own all the old things that still let me play those.
Yeah,
Because the reality is taking a game like Fable, because I'm going to original Xbox,
that's fair.
and playing it in 4K on the Series X,
Does nothing.
it's not convincing me to buy a fucking console.
Yeah,
That's not a reason to buy it. Like, it doesn't look that much better. It's fucking Fable. It looks like Fable at the end of the day.
that is true.
So, for Nintendo Switch, it's okay, spend, $500, $450 on this console to play 5 exclusive games. It's exclusive games right now. Mario Kart World, Pokopia, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Did Metro Prime 4 come out for both Switch and Switch 2? Because I remember seeing Switch 2 edition.
I believe it was Switch 2 exclusive.
Okay,
I
so
believe.
Metro Prime 4
and
Beyond.
and the new fucking FromSoft game, the whatever Blood, Young Blood.
Yeah, that's the one you're talking about. And
Yeah.
then there's Hyrule something. Hyrule Age something.
That
Something
yeah.
Hyrule.
Age of Hyrule. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and
I don't remember.
and the next Pokemon game.
Right. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment.
Mm. That one's a little bit more
So,
graphically intensive. I will kind of side on the Dynasty Warriors side on that one, but I get your point.
yeah, so it's like, okay, we're not even at 10 exclusive games yet. And how long has the Switch 2 been out?
What was it, October last year? It was 2025. I know that.
Yeah.
Let's find out. Switch.
June 5th, 2025.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. That's an AI overview. I don't know that I believe that. Oh, no. Okay, yeah, Nintendo. June 5th. June 5th. Yeah.
Okay.
So, we're coming up on a year, and we're not even at a full 10 exclusives to it yet. And it's the reason why I should go and drop $500 plus the $70 they're charging for each of those games.
Fair.
Like, that's the reasoning, because the Switch 2 does exactly the same thing the Switch did. It just has a better processor and a better graphics card. But at the end of the day, the Joy-Con concept's still the same. It didn't bring anything actually new. It just went, oh, you can play heavier games, which is great. It's not $500 plus the $70 games. Great.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. But that being said, the next thing on the list, would you spend $70 for 007 First Light?
That's the problem. Is I really want this game. It's available on devices I have, so I can play it.
Yeah.
I hate the current price tag of 70 on games. Like, that's why I'm looking at Mouse, PI for hire. That's what it was called, right?
Yep.
Because I mean, it's a $30 game. I mean, it's less than half the price of this. So I will eventually buy this, but it being $70 may have just killed me buying it at launch.
Fair enough.
I
But
might have to wait for a sale. I might have to get some Game Pass points built up and get a couple gift cards for Xbox.
yeah, do your dailies, do your weeklies type thing. Yeah, I get you. However, the trailer does showcase you can now talk your way out of certain scenarios and being able to lure individuals away from certain points by being falsely arrested or falsely escorted away from areas. If things go a little bit too fast, you can now start to be a little more aggressive should you need to, and then you can interrogate people on the fly. Um, the improvisation does definitely take from the IO Interactive school of grab whatever's on the fucking table and throw it at people's head.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a lot of like Hitman-esque things here, but I'm also seeing a lot of new things, which was one of the things that they had talked about when they announced the game, was that they didn't want to just make 007 inside of the Hitman engine. They wanted it to be its own thing, and I think they've done very well at that from what I'm seeing from these. Like I said, it looks like something I'm very interested in. I love Bond. We're still waiting on the casting for a new one. Like this is gonna be fun. We haven't had a game since what, Legends? Legends was after Bloodstone, so we haven't had a Bond game since Legends, and Legends wasn't the best.
Yeah,
So
I've never played anything past Die Another Day.
Die Another Day didn't get one.
No, there was another. What was it? Something
No.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow Never Dies.
Maybe it was that one.
Yeah.
Maybe it was that one. I don't know. It was one of those. But what? What's up?
Yeah, I was gonna say you're being yelled at in the chat.
Did you see the casting on the new Gundam thingy? No, I didn't. I didn't even know there was a new Gundam thingy.
How much more we got? We're at 2 hours, dude.
Oh, we're at two. Oh, okay. Shoes.
You're not allowed to watch game showcases anymore because it always runs us 2.5 hours.
You're right. I'll cut it down next time to the ones that actually are entertaining and not me falling asleep in them. Very quickly, we're gonna go to the shoe news, and then we got Sydney Sweeney.
Gross.
I would want to see
For
it,
the
but
thing, is that what they're talking about?
I'm rubbing my chin. Let's see, shoes. The products I have. Quick talk about that. We don't need to talk about that. Okay, yeah, this will be quick. We'll do a sprint, dead sprint after the shoe news. WrestleMania just popped by last weekend, and it was okay. It didn't really do anything spectacular. IShowSpeed did a really good fucking off the top rope spot onto the announcement table on Logan Paul. I wish that he landed harder on Logan Paul, breaking all of his ribs, but I digress.
Bit aggressive, okay.
It's Logan Paul, not aggressive enough. But on a more serious note, it was fine. I had no hindrance against it. It was WrestleMania. It was once again in Vegas, and a lot of tickets got kind of upgraded for free. A lot of people that were taken 12 rows back were brought up to the first 4 rows. And I was like, ooh. So there's a lot of higher up seats that got kind of a free upgrade as well. That being said, the Nike shoes that a lot of handshakes between AEW or WWE showcased that the Roman Reigns got his world championship. Hooray. And he got some shoes made for him, special for this match, and those will be released May 23rd for $205, called the Bloodline, to signify his clique that he had made, and I think it's disbanded now. Unsure. Badoop. We talked about the 4 pairs now of the Jurassic Park Nike Jaw 3s. This one being the last very interesting one with a almost rainbow pearlescent style on a very rigid surface with an ice blue sole. Doesn't necessarily speak Jurassic Park, but the tongue definitely has the Jurassic Park with the bones on the inside. Totally does.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling Jurassic Park on this other than the bones on the inside and the logo on the tongue.
Yeah. I do like the colorway though, but it doesn't scream Jurassic Park. $145 drops May 2nd. One of my favorite cartoons of the 90s gets a shoe in an unexpected way, and it's fuzzy, and I kind of want it. It just sucks that it's almost $300. SWAT cats and bull airs come together to make a very damn fine looking shoe. And as I said, it's fuzzy and it has the very pop black, red, blue with their fur color kind of mixed in. This is Hanna-Barbera at its best back when they were doing shit very damn good with their action cartoons. I fucking love SWAT cats, and seeing this brought a huge smile. I got an email this morning saying, "Hey, pre-orders are open now." 5 minutes after I checked, from when that email was sent to me, I was 5.5 minutes, maybe 7 minutes, a little below, sold out. Everything was sold out except for maybe the fucking the little head things that you put on the sneakers. But those are sold out now too. So what was available was a really cool bomber jacket with a cool SWAT Cats logo on the back, pockets on the ab area and on the sleeve, glow-in-the-dark shirts of T-Bone and Razor, the two SWAT Cats, a vintage style shirt where it shows both of them in their mechanic gear, a really cool fucking hat that I probably would have bought, $45 for that. God damn. I'll have to fucking buy that shit so quick. And then, of course, the sneakers for $295, one shoe for each of the major characters, Razor and T-Bone.
You know what's going to happen is that whoever like has the licensing to SWAT Cats is going to see that the stuff sold out, and they're going to go, "Oh, we should totally make a movie and make it really bad CGI, ignore the source material, and maybe even use a little bit of AI." Who's in?
Please don't do that. Like,
I know, I'm cynical. I've been getting told that a lot lately.
Like, when I saw the Samurai Pizza Cats coming back for their second launch, I was like, holy shit. And also, I noticed this. It has fucking detachable high top. Like, I've never seen a detachable high top.
Oh, okay. Well, here we go. So it was originally produced by a Hanna-Barbera.
Yep.
But the Trimbley brothers have maintained ownership, allowing them to initiate revivals like the 2015 Kickstarter and the 2025 comic book project.
I didn't know it had a fucking Kickstarter.
Neither did I.
But I love the I didn't send you the internal. When it catches up, take a look at the internal of their mechanic shop. I was like, that's such a good fucking internal for a jacket. Like, they did not need to go this fucking hard.
Yeah, I like that.
For a
It's
fucking
really good.
For a cartoon fucking jacket. They didn't need to do it, but they did it, and I'm happy for it. But hopefully it'll get another.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember Looniacs Unleashed?
Oh, where all of the Looney Tunes had fucking like superpowers.
They're very pointy.
Yeah, they were very jagged. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's the creators of SWAT Cats.
Really? I never knew that.
Yeah, they did that. They did Spyro Revolution. Let's see. The Mask Reanimated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Huh. But go check out Bull Airs if you want, and sign up for these when they drop, because I can't stay on top of them. I literally can't. The one time I wanted to, and the one time I want to be like hop on these things, I literally can't say that, and that sucks. That sucks royally. But over at Lacoste and Godzilla. Lacoste obviously is the little green alligator that's been on a lot of polo tees for golfers for roughly 60 years. And they made some stuff with Mechagodzilla, regular Godzilla, and even made the Lacoste alligator look like Godzilla on some of their products. A good collab. Alas, not in Japan, not in America, in London. I guess they're testing it out there first before launching it out here. But I really do like all of the clothing bits, and I hope to see it drop here relatively soon, especially at like the Fashion Show Mall. There's a Lacoste store there. I would like to see one there.
I want the Godzilla one.
I want the Mechagodzilla one. The little Mechagodzilla.
I want the Godzilla one.
They're
all Godzilla. I want the Godzilla one.
Well, Mechagodzilla is not Godzilla, so figure that out. But
I want the Godzilla. Which one has only mecha? Because none of them have only mecha.
well, it had
That one
Mechagodzilla
has
holding
only
the
mecha.
cost.
Yeah.
So the Elden Ring movie is already set to produce. $100 million budget, set to film for almost 100 days, set to edit and add music for the 100 days, produced by A24, directed by Alex Garland, who has played the game several times. This is set to be a very interesting movie. That being said, U2's made a joke that honestly makes the most sense. Alexander, the clay pot warrior, filled with popcorn. There's your popcorn bucket right fucking there. Someone will buy it.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
like you guys do wonderful marketing. They even have an interesting furry character. And yes, I say furry character because it's that kind of furry. That has their own plush figure through, I believe it's U2's, but they had it animated, and I don't, please don't cut this out of context or clip it, but I want those furry buns, was said. And the
Clip
guy
it, clip it, clip it, clip it, clip it, clip it, clip it.
But on a more serious note, U2's knows how to really market. That also adding into the Elden Ring movie, they've already started doing all of the shoots, such as the Dung Eater, one of the main villains of the Elden Ring, being hung and gentrified in front of all of his people that he tried to kill. He was not a good person, but wanted to save everybody from their lowly life. But he did. They had the scene. They threw garbage at him, and I'm like, okay, looks like the armor up to date. Everything looks good. This might be good. I'm actually kind of excited for the Elden Ring movie. I would like to see a trailer and wonder what the story is going to actually be, but we'll see.
It's just gonna be about you not having any maidens, and they're gonna point at you and laugh.
Nope.
Like at the audience, they're just gonna point at the audience and laugh for
Entire
not having any
audience.
maidens. Anyone that hasn't played the game, that sounds insane.
Even if you played the game, it still sounds a little insane. If the movie is going to point at the audience and break the fourth wall just to be like, you have no maidens. An interesting, very
Yeah, but the fans of the game would get it.
true that. An interestingly short but very good trailer for Clayface just popped out. And it doesn't really show a lot of stuff. It just shows a an individual kind of going through his highlights of his life and how much plastic surgery he had to go through.
I'm glad it didn't show a lot. We got shadows of, the Morning Star arm and things like that. And I like that. Don't show us the whole monster in the trailer. Let us work to it in the movie.
Yeah. And we see his face kind of melt when he hops into the bath, and I'm like, okay, this looks like it'll be in the good DC universe. There's also talks that the Static Shock movie is now in pre-production. So
That'd be cool.
I'm very hopeful for DC in the near future. I haven't been.
I'm very worried if the Paramount merger goes through, they're going to cancel all this shit. And they will fire people, and they will go back to a Snyder style.
We can hope, man. Just gonna lightly gush about The Legend of Vox Machina. It comes out June 3rd. Tomorrow, Thursday, a trailer is going to drop about all of season 4, and I'm just happy that Prime is still doing these movie poster style advertisements. They've done.
I'm curious as to how involved Prime is on that, because didn't they get all their funding and whatnot and make the show without Prime, and they found Prime as the distributor? Like, it's calling it a Prime original, but they're just distribution on it, right?
Well, okay, to be fair, it was only supposed to be the first season, and then they were in talks, and then they basically did the whole handshake where, yeah, all of our stuff is going to be through you. So then it became a Prime original.
Okay.
But from what I can tell, with a tap of the chin, they do this for The Boys. They do this for what the fuck was the other Prime original? Invincible. They did this.
Well, they got to do something because they really let the Tick down.
Yeah, the Tick could have been a little bit better. but they do this for most of their Prime originals. Maybe the ones that they actually truly care about, I suppose. But happy to see it. I'm excited to see more from it. I love Matt Mercer's Little World. June 3rd. But a teaser for the movie The Death of Robin Hood, starring Hugh Jackman. This is a red band fucking trailer. It is dark, it is gritty, it is very gory, it is very knuckle bleed of a movie. And I'm like, I didn't hear about this till now, and it's getting released in June 19th. Um, have you heard of The Death of Robin Hood?
Nope.
Okay, apparently it is an actual book. Sock said she heard something of it through the lines of, but I, I'm curious because I don't mind Robin Hood. Robin Hood is, I mean, I only know the animated feature and the Men in Tights. That being said, I'm pretty sure I can figure how realistic Robin Hood could have been and how realistic his death could possibly be.
Did you not watch the Costner one?
I have not, no.
That tracks. Your uncle hates Costner.
Yeah. Badoo. Uh, Something that fell on my radar, and I feel kind of mad about it. Godzilla Minus Zero last Wednesday. We got a trailer for it, and it's short, sweet, to the point, and it ends off on an interesting note. The Statue of Liberty. There's also some weird things floating up in the air. There are hints that there is another monster that is causing these. So we might see a new monster in Minus Zero. The movie is set to drop, I believe, November 6th. Yay. Badoop. Quincy and I both have the same mentality of it. Sure, I need to catch up on Mandalorian, both season 2 and 3. But this title for The Mandalorian and Grogu looks very Guardians of the Galaxy or Saturday morning cartoon-ish.
For me, it looks very much like it should be the title on some high energy, fun adventure film, not
Or
what has essentially been a Western in space.
yeah. And they obviously showed off a trailer for it. And then Star Wars is doing a little bit more promoting by being like, hey, join IMAX and Lucasfilm for a special look fans event at select IMAX theaters around the world on Star Wars Day. Now, I'm not going to definitely go over all of it, the locations that is, but it will feature exclusive, never before seen footage and special fan giveaways. Which I would also assume includes the brand new Grogu uh, Talk To doll that they have available. So go and check that out at least. But the locations, as I said, I'm just going to breeze through it, talk about the two that we have here, and keep going because there is at least 80 locations across the world, or across the U.S. and then more elsewhere. Arizona, a lot in California, a lot in the Irvines, the Sacramentos, the San Diegos, the Miami, Floridas has a couple. Badoop. The Illinois, I think at least one in every state seems to be the go-to, but we have two here in Las Vegas, both up on the west side at sea, kind of west, Town Square and Red Rock Station. And I
Town
think
Square is not west. That's
north,
practically center of town.
Yeah. It's just I keep thinking Henderson's a lot more east than I keep kind of like prodding, so I keep.
But Town Square is literally off of Las Vegas Boulevard.
True. Okay, one middle, one west, nothing on the east side. New York, a lot of from Ohio, Texas, etc. And then the list, as it just keeps going. The internationals got Argentina, Brazil, Mexico, Sweden, so on, so on. China's got a couple, two in Shanghai, two in Beijing, one in Hong Kong. So if you want to check out the list, go and check out at Star Wars on Twitter if you have an IMAX location near you. Let me see if there's one in New Zealand real quick. I forgot to click that. None in New Zealand. Bummer. But as I said, go check out the list if you want to have one, or if there might be one near you that I believe that is subject to change. If you do have an IMAX place near you, they are probably just going to run the previews, but not have any of the before footage and the fan giveaways. But doop. We did see the clip from Mandalorian Grogu. Yeah, I don't really know what to think about it. I'm
hoping
glad.
it's good. It's just I feel like it's just being very badly marketed.
Yeah, and I'm glad that Grogu's given a little bit more of the spotlight rather than what are you doing? Why are you eating that? Stop eating that. Stop messing with the buttons. Then again, as I said, I only have first season behind my belt, so he may get a lot more in the second and third season. But very excited, very excited. May 22nd for that. Kaboom. We just saw popcorn buckets for a re-release of two very good films, Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick. May 13th, for that whole entire week, you can purchase these really cool-looking fighter pilot helmets that are doubled as popcorn buckets. I like their design.
These ones are pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't have a price tag, alas, but they are going all in on the Top Gun old school preview. AMC is, at least, by having everything look like a VHS like playthrough. I'm happy for that.
That's fun.
But heading back over to Sideshow, a fantastic looking Venomized Hulk. I fucking love the look of this, where you have just popped green. I wish it had lights like the Cyclops one did, where it just has like a black light going off on the right and like a soft green hitting the other side. But I digress. This $950 limited to 1,000 units, and this is, I believe, 11.5 inches tall, so it's a big boy. Who doggy?
I'm a big man, SpongeBob.
A big man. But this definitely looks really good. I wish I had $950. This one I would try and find space for.
I mean, I wish I had $950, not because I want the statue, just because I want $950.
So if you guys want to check out the throne down in the descriptor, if you want to buy us some things, both for quality of life or for the other. Hey, hold on. There's Pokemon there. I added new Pokemon cards to the thing, so you can pop back up on the TikToks. I'm thinking about you, man. I'm thinking about you.
No, I appreciate you.
Do you miss ripping packs?
A little bit, I new baseball season, new cards are out. I haven't bought any, I miss it at times, but I got a car payment and shit, and I gotta be honest about
Like you being
my finances to myself.
Yeah. God damn, this
Being
figure
an adult.
this figure looks damn good. Badu. Something that dropped on Thursday. A interesting set of trailers, both behind the scenes ish, by having an elevator open and close, while having the almost the entire cast of the original Spaceballs movie coming out and doing a nice little pose while promoting Spaceballs. Now, the original subtext to it was Spaceballs, the hunt for more money. And
the search for more money.
The search for more money, that's right. And with that, Mel Brooks, even during the teaser, basically was like, I already had the money. It's right over there. Pans over to the big bag of money. Cool. Then he just said, well, we're just going to call this Spaceballs, the new one. Okay, sure. I ain't that mad. I believe it is set to drop. I don't think we have a... Oh, no, I take it back. April 23rd, 2027. So,
it'll be the, what is that, 40-year anniversary of the first one?
40-year anniversary. Holy cow. No, they at least figured it out to make it a damn fine stretch, and hopefully there's some inside jokes about where have you been so long, that type of thing. But okay, I mean, I'm excited. When you showed me Spaceballs, I genuinely enjoyed it. But doop. And last but not least on the docket, we'll speed right through this one. I like chicken ramen, chicken flavored ramen, and I like mac and cheese. But
And
combine
it's
the
literally
two.
my least favorite. That's like two of my least favorite things because I don't like boxed mac and cheese,
Oh, okay.
and I don't like chicken ramen.
Oh. Well, then
Continue.
this one would be easier. As for me, I like both of these. I like mac and cheese and chicken ramen. Then again, I like inexpensive ways to just be like, oh, this is a warm meal, place it into mouth. But chicken
Well, that's
flavored.
the thing. I like ramen. I like mac and cheese. I don't like chicken ramen, and I don't like boxed mac and cheese.
Yeah. So this is definitely gotta be for you. This I might try it once, but I don't know. I'll definitely, if it's inexpensive, yeah, I'll definitely try it. Just because I want to see what chicken ramen flavored macaroni and cheese. If it's gonna even have like a hint of like a fettuccine alfredo, but with like a deeper cheese instead of the alfredo sauce, maybe. I don't know. I'm interested. I would like to try it. And but that's all I've got for today. I didn't mean to go on for two and a
Oh
half
my god.
hours. I'm sorry, everybody. But hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you guys for joining us. Remember to like and subscribe where you can. Remember to check the links down in the description for Arc. I was about to say Arc Raiders. That's not right. Arc Knights End Field, a pretty fun game I've been going through. It's like Zenless Zone Zero and Genshin Impact, but with better rates and actual fun Factorio style building. Go and check that out if you happen to want to play something very similar to that. It has better odds as well because I just drew a very high ranking card with a free pull. Check out the Zenny. Yeah. Zenny is a good spot to get some very cheap glasses. The renew, reuse, recycle glasses are still on sale. The sunglasses, the Get Ready for Spring, has been extended until the 12th of May. So buy two pairs of sunglasses. Buy one, get one half off. Yes. Check out Good Old Humble Bundle. Get some games or some other software for inexpensive while also helping out some charities. Remember to check out the Discord. Thank you. Hop in and see the games and movies I've been playing and watching. I have a review up there for the last 007 movie that I think both you and I were not too big of a fan of. But if you happen to want to see,
Yeah, I was not happy with No Time to Die.
yeah, No Time to Die definitely felt like it was dying from the get go. Um, Hero Forge, you can now get custom 3D dice, some acrylic keychains of your characters, STL files if you happen to be near a 3D printer or near a library that does have one, be sure to check. And some interesting silver printed figurines for $100 that look really detailed and very good. Go and check those out. Check Quincy's links down there if you happen to want to check out his threads, his TikTok if you want to yell at him to open up some packs, find a little change between the couch cushions to buy a pack to rip open, or if you happen to want to support our throne, so you can throw us those packs, so I can throw them at him and he can open up those packs. Check out me on my Twitter. I just changed the Twitter handle to match my this weird pink hair thing you see on screen. I'm slowly devolving away from that. So tomorrow or next week will be something different. And that is it. At the end of days, at the end of weeks, at the end of months, at the end of years, please love one another. It is certainly free to do. Night, everybody.
Everyone.
Whew. God, I made myself dizzy.